boleh cap apa tak tahu.
Sony.
Okay.
Okay. Hi, welcome back. We are back after a while.
A 2-week hiatus.
Yeah, I was away.
Yes, you were away.
Yes, I was away. And anyway,
In Japan.
Yeah, in
Watching
Japan.
the snow monkeys.
Yes, snow monkeys, and trying to figure out how they can get their trains working on time. Since our trains apparently will not be working on time until when? September? October?
October,
Yeah. That's so anyway, it's a story. My wife left her phone in the train in Fukui, and we went to the station. They said you go to Osaka, lost and found. So after some, we went the next day. When the next day we showed a receipt, then the guy pulled out the drawer and said, "This is your phone."
There you go.
If
your wife had lost you also be there. Lost and found.
Yes, that would happen. So, but today we lost Rocky.
Yeah.
Nice segue.
Yes.
We lost Rocky. Rocky is supposed to be.
Where are you, Rocky?
He's Alan. He has to. I think from what I understand, he has to send his daughter back to campus.
Yeah. So what? That's what he said.
Yeah.
That's what he said. We'll take it at face value,
at
Rocky.
face value. So in his place, talents we have Vic.
We have Vignesh, our sports editor.
Yeah. He's here to talk to the former sports minister, who is our guest, and
That's
was also former Perak Menteri Besar.
That's right.
And
the present BERSATU deputy president,
Datuk Seri Ahmad
Faizal
Azumu, or better known as Peja.
popularly known as Peja.
Peja.
Yeah, what do we call you?
What do you
Peja,
want to
please
say?
call me Peja.
Yeah,
Everybody
okay.
calls me Peja, so better call
But
me
I
Peja.
feel quite.
A lot of people don't know who is Ahmad Faizal Azumu, so better call me Peja.
You think when we met you in Ipoh during the election campaign,
Yes.
and then you were saying even kids call me Peja.
Yeah.
How did it come about the name Peja? Is it family?
Faizal for Perakian, Faizal will be Pejal, Pejoy, Pijal, Peja.
Okay. So now
So it's a typical Perakian name.
okay.
So what does your wife call you?
Bunny.
Sayang.
Bunny.
Bunny.
Where does that come from? Where did that come from? She called me
So
Bunny.
We won't
We won't speculate.
elaborate.
In good days. In good days. Bunny. Bunny's your Ahmad Faizal. There's something else.
Start calling your full name.
Your full name.
Yes, that's the common. So anyway, I feel okay, Peja. Thank you for coming.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me. Thank you very much.
Because we try to get a variety of guests over, and you are famous for being many things, but the last one was the PM defeated you to be
last election.
to be PM. He narrowly won over you.
You were the man standing between Anwar Ibrahim and Putrajaya.
Putrajaya. So you.
I thought he's going to be Prime Minister, so I thought, okay, why don't we give him a slim margin?
Yeah. So, but
You should thank me, Prime Minister. Hey.
So, but I'm not saying that there's nothing else that we should remember you by. But I think the last one was the one. It was a keenly watch contest.
Oh, really?
Because it was the PM. PM is aspiring then. Saw it necessary to go to Tambun for whatever the purpose.
Yeah.
Maybe he thought he could take you on, or maybe he want to send some message or whatever that he claimed to
I
be.
thought they said that those days they call me as pengkhianat.
Yeah, pengkhianat.
Traitor.
Yeah, traitor. So
Was I?
if he could have chosen many other places if he want to, but why?
Like Bagan Datuk.
Yeah, but why did he choose Tambun? Why do you think he chose Tambun?
I really don't know, because I thought he's gonna have a good challenge in Tambun, and so it was proven. But somehow I think they understand the strength that we have in Tambun, and they need to bring in a heavyweight to try to get an extra seat. So I think that's not a bad strategy on their part.
You didn't feel that you were
It's not
underestimated.
It's not because of me, I think. But I think it's somehow to get that extra seat for PH. So they need to do that. So I thought there's honestly there's not a bad.
Also, Tambun being
plan.
a very mixed
Yeah.
constituency, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So you got a steady mix of Malays and non-Malays.
yeah.
So you can go either. I remember Datuk Seri Peja,
Yeah.
when Vicky and I met you during the election campaign.
Mm.
We asked you about your chances, and you did say that it's tough because you are going against the
It's gonna
potential
be
prime
very slim.
minister,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So it's slim and it could go either way.
Yeah.
And you, Vicky, if you remember, what was
Yeah.
the margin
I
that
think
Datuk Peja
Datuk,
told us?
you gave us a margin of 3,000 plus. That time during the interview before the
I
election.
mentioned this to you. That was a week before the
Yes.
the
Before
the
the election.
election day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I said both me and Datuk Seri Anwar will gauge about 45,000 votes each.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
So the atas pagar or the traditional Barisan National voters will decide. So which candidate, whether Datuk Seri Anwar or myself, can
Yes, and all
pull
you needed
in,
was a 10% swing
from UMNO.
from UMNO.
So I didn't get that
Yeah.
because obviously Datuk Seri Anwar will get a good 90% from the
Sure.
non-Malays that I have enjoyed in GE 14. I got 38,000. So he has backed 38,000 votes already.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So now with the new voters, he got the so I gauge it's about 45,000 each now at that point. So and in the end, well, he did better, and he got 49,000, and I got almost 47.
But he didn't do well in the Saluran Melayu, right?
No, he didn't.
Okay.
But in the non-Malay Salurai or Petiuli, I did really badly. I didn't get even 1% of the non-Malay votes.
Why is that?
Well, I think the non-Malays are still with PH. They really believe that they are actually against UMNO and Barisan National, and they want to have somebody as in Anwar Ibrahim to become the prime minister. He should be given the chance. For them, this is how they see it. I think that is the reason why they go all out. Almost 92% of Chinese Tambun voters came out and vote. Indian voters 86%, if I'm not mistaken. Malay is only 60+%.
Yeah.
Dia ketuanan Melayu. So they don't need to go and vote.
Just one question, Datuk. If during the election it was a straight fight between you and Datuk Seri Anwar,
I won.
no barisan,
I won.
you would have won.
Definitely. Very confident. I know my place.
How many the Barisan got?
38,000.
38,000.
Oh,
38,000.
Yeah, it could have been.
So
quite-
you
Yeah.
got 40,
46,700 something.
and I got
Yeah.
49,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
No,
So it wasn't much of a.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Margin, actually.
just so, but
It was a good election.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
good. It was good fight. I mean,
Good run.
was a lot of people watching that because it is of course one of those watch seats that you need to
Yeah.
keep an eye.
But we have to congratulate the Prime Minister to become the giant killer.
Right.
You gotta give it that to me. Come on, Vignesh. Come on.
yeah, that's true. That's true. So now, we are going into, I think, the next few months, we're going to state elections. We're going to state
Yes,
elections.
the 6 states, yeah.
6 states, and your party is going to contest in all of them.
Yes.
And I think it's also natural for us to ask, how confident are you in that going into the state election?
I think we're gonna do pretty well in the 3 states, Kelantan, Terengganu, and Kedah.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, UMNO was very confident in GE 13, GE 12, but they didn't do that well even in those elections. So I think even though we know that we have good support during the last GE, we still have to come up with a good manifesto. We must feel a good candidate. So must not take anything for granted. But for Selangor, we stand a good chance, I believe, according to the score sheet that we got from the last election. Well, we are not there yet, but I think with what's happening after post GE15, things are coming up. I mean, the advantage
is going towards
PN when UMNO traditional voters are upset with the decision to form the government with DAP, PH, and also Anwar. So there going to be some swing there. And I believe that the PH-BN government will find it very difficult to allocate seats among them. So it's not going to be easy, especially in Selangor, because PKR is dominant in Selangor, and how they're going to give out their seats to UMNO to form a good coalition.
And this is where PN will come in and take advantage of the situation. So you are actually saying that you feel you have a fighting chance of actually taking the state.
If we go for election, brother, we need to work to form a government. If we want to go into election just to cuba-cuba and for some of our leaders to become a young berhormat, don't go into election.
So have you found your new constituency yet?
For me, for Peja? No, I'm not running for the next state elections. No, definitely. I can confirm it now. I will focus in Tambun. I will continue my service. My pusat Ahmad is still open.
So you're a Perak boy through and through.
Don't disturb, because in Perikatan Nasional we have enough leaders. So we have we're gonna groom more new leaders in Selangor, Negeri Sembilan, and also Penang. And inshallah, I hope we can come up with a good manifesto, with a good campaign. I truly believe that we can take over Selangor, inshallah, Negeri Sembilan, and in Penang is
mainland Penang.
Miracle can happen.
Mainland Penang, I think.
And some pockets of Penang is still there.
Yeah.
They can still have Aitam and all those places. But so now one of the main issues of PN is basically your appeal among non-Malays. That is clear because there is a fear among non-Malays, especially, say for example, past.
I will even include
some Malays,
liberal Malays,
urban Malays, and because that's a very important factor against PN. So you have strong Malay support. There's no doubt about it, because I think that's even. But how are you going into this next election? What are you going to do to assuage these people?
Well, I can't lay out all my strategy for the next election, but somehow we know for now at least people are frustrated with the current government when firstly they have promised not to work with each other, but somehow they form a government together, and then with the appointment of kita panggil apa? Cluster Mahkamah. Cluster Mahkamah as the deputy prime minister, and then he went to court asking for his passport permanently, using his position as deputy prime minister that he needs to work for us, so he should be given back his passport. This sort of thing, and plus all the promises made for the past 20 years to bring down the price of oil, fuel prices, to bring down the fuel prices, and then with all the formulas that not really working, and somehow suddenly now you put the burden back to the restaurateurs dengan menu rahmah and all these. I think even the liberal Malays in the city, the non-Malays, they start thinking. The real stable and clean government were actually with Perikatan Nasional. Even though now they are trying to taint our image with all these charges and no, I mean before that with 600 billion projects, vaccine, all those things lah. I mean, like 600 billion is not a small amount. So and then from 600 billion went down to 570, went down to 300, and blah blah blah. I can't even remember the numbers now.
The numbers keep fluctuating.
Yeah, and then in the end, yesterday somebody from our BERSATU was charged with 500,000 kononnya bribe, and then once I fall for 6.9 or something.
6 million something.
So where's the other billions that supposed to apa ni?
Yeah, so you're inclined to support the statement from your president, Tan Sri Yassin.
Obviously, yeah, definitely.
This is political prosecution.
Definitely.
But again, this political persecution, if you say so, it comes at a price for PN, because now you're going to election, your accounts are frozen. Yeah, and then that's going to be tough.
It's going to be very difficult, definitely. Going to election in Malaysia without any money, without
anywhere in the world, I think.
Anywhere in the world, yeah.
So, but how do you? I mean, that obviously, how do you propose to go? I mean, obviously, you challenge the freezing of the account, and then what else are you taking? What else are you doing?
Well, I've been going down to see our members on the ground. I went to Negeri Sembilan, Selangor, met with grassroots leaders, and telling them that we have managed to do this in GE14. In 2018, we went into election without any money. We have to print our own flags. We collect donations from family members. I sold my car, a motorbike, just to run in election. So this is what we need to do again, and somehow people will understand that we don't have the means, and with that there'll come a different group of people who believe in our struggle, that they will come and support without any. They won't ask for allowance. They won't ask for any upah, things like that. I mean, we still can manage this, inshallah. I truly believe we can get through it.
Yeah. The other thing, Peja, we have the issue of PN now. I think there are few individuals dominating the party as far as the public
dominate our party.
image.
The public image is
so
dominated by a few individuals.
There's a Tan Sri Muhyiddin, Datuk Adi, and these are old guys. Hamzah. These are old guys, and these are old guys, and these are people with baggages, in terms of the image and perception.
They're good people. Come on.
Yeah, they're good people, but they have baggage.
But the perception.
I mean, the perception
different.
game. So one of the things that plagues our political parties is that a lot of old people, people who are like my age, I'm old, older people who are running the show, when the party should be run by younger people. That's the thing. There's no, in our politics, there's no sense of vibrancy. There's a lot of, you got 90 something contesting, 80 something contesting, 70 something contesting, and so you are one of those younger people. I'm of the opinion that the political parties should put out the younger people as.
I totally agree with you. In fact, our president Tan Sri Muhyiddin agrees with you. And if you ask Tun Mahathir, he would agree with you. If you ask Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim, he would agree with you. But at the same time, we do need leaders with experience. Doesn't matter the age. It's just a number, Vignesh,
But it's important because, for example, we found out the median age, the median age of the country, the median age is 29.8.
Yeah.
So meaning half of the population.
Peja is old.
Half of the population 29 and under.
Yeah.
So when you look at people from 18 to 40, it's more than half of the population. So these old leaders experience they maybe cannot connect to the, and young people cannot connect to the old people. So sometimes, in my opinion, the sustainability and going forward, the party has to show that it is useful.
Yeah.
And
Thank you for your advice. We definitely will.
I'm not advising. It's my opinion.
But Zainul, having said that, don't forget the only 18 swing in G15 went to Perikatan Nasional.
Yeah, but the only 18 swing, I mean, we are not saying that young people voting only young people. Young, because I think the only 18 for the first time is I think
Because they really like the previous Minister of Youth and Sports, you see.
Yeah. The only 18, I think the only 18 is a new phenomenon in the country.
Yeah.
So we can't really see how the young votes. I think probably another few elections then probably you can figure out how young people when first enter they vote. But I think the young people only 18 mainly follow their parents.
No, we had this conversation with Faizal a few days ago and with Howard Lee on this podcast last month.
What did he say?
And they both
What
said the
did he
same thing, that they misread the Undi 18 swing.
Yeah.
Everyone thought that Undi 18 was going to come and give Anwar and PH the 2/3 they needed.
Really? They
Yes.
thought that? Okay.
Because they thought
Hey, Howard, you're not in touch.
yeah, Howard. Yeah, he was here. Yeah, he was. But
He's my good friend.
Yeah, I
he
know.
was
But
in my
he's a
school
good guy,
when I
yeah.
was MB. Yeah.
but it's the important thing. I think the young people, because I have a young daughter who's 21.
Yeah.
They don't feel they are represented in government. Yeah, they don't feel they're represented in government. We have a young guy there. How old are you? 27. He, do you think you're represented? This is our sports writer, sports writer.
Yeah.
So, do you think you're represented by the government?
Yeah.
So they don't see that.
That's why they supported us before.
Oh.
Because we do have
Did
a
you vote?
lineup of good dog.
You voted? Okay. First time, right? Okay.
PN.
Don't
Yeah, it's okay.
comment.
Nobody's perfect. But I mean, for PN or even I did our analysis and we saw even PH, BN they've been trying to fill in by young candidates. But somehow I think last round the choice was between PN, PH or BN, and is a race between PH and PN because people.
The BN is screwed up. I think the whole thing.
Well, I'm so sorry, Amno and Datuk Seri MD, Deputy Prime Minister. I'm thinking, well.
Yeah, I mean the whole Perikatan Nasional campaign was screwed up by candidate selection and things like that. I think that's.
But they truly believe in their leader who are cluster Mahkamah. So sorry. Even now they still believe in him. So I mean, there's that. We are all Democrats. I mean, we believe in democracy. If they wanted to support their president, so be it. But obviously, the reason why Amno did badly was because the list of candidates and the leaders who wants to hang on to their power. So that's the reason. But and then the choice that they have. The youngsters or the first time voters, they have between PH and PN. So more or less the Malays will go for PN and then the urban and also the non-Malays will go for PH. So that's what happened.
Okay. Hi, we're back with Peja.
Hi.
Hi. Yeah. Again, just now we spoke about the appeal of PN to non-Malays or liberal Malays including and
Ada ya liberal Malays.
ada there's some there's some of us
Surprise.
some of them
Rocky bro.
Shazmin from Bangsa Bubble and then so
Shazmin free hair, Shamsuddin.
so that's the thing, there's a fear or there's apprehension among from this community, non-Malays and some Malays about PN.
Yeah.
Specifically, we have to mention PAS as a major component of the party. In fact,
Yes.
the last election, some people were saying that
Key player,
it could be Hadi could have been the Prime Minister, which I mean technically it could be.
Yeah.
So, but there is this worry because I think Howard DAP tebing tinggi say
Howard is now
Ipoh Timur.
member of Parliament of Ipoh
Ipoh
Timur.
Timur, sorry, he was saying that he's DAP, but his supporter was saying you better work with UMNO. And we will be angry if you don't, because we are worried about PN and specifically about PAS.
I see.
So now this is the scenario that we're having, and Gerakan is not having a good day.
No, Gerakan is getting whacked by the Chinese community
Yeah.
because of its partnership with not so much Perikatan Nasional or BERSATU, because of PAS.
Yeah, but at the same time, people were, my supporters were saying, don't be working with Howard because when he's drunk, because he'll be very loud.
Yes,
yeah,
I had
he
reached Howard. Yes.
he can be loud.
Yeah.
But
I understand what you're saying.
Motivated.
How do you overcome this perception? Perception. I'm not saying this reality. The perception that's within these people who are looking at PN that way.
Been hearing that from a lot of my friends as well. They were worried about this Taliban thingy, this perception that the if PAS is leading the nation with BERSATU in PN, then we're gonna change the whole country into a Taliban state. So what is a Taliban state? Our friends can't be free hair, ladies can't be driving. Has everyone been to Kelantan, Terengganu, and Kedah?
I'm Kelantanese.
There you go. So in Terengganu, everything is as normal as it is in Kuala Lumpur or in Shah Alam.
I still enjoy my beers and my siyuk.
There you go. And somebody was telling me about the biggest Buddhist temple. That's in Kelantan.
That's right.
I just heard. So why worry? Because I've been working with PAS all these years. They never tried to change me into anything. They pray 5 times a day, like me. There's no change. None. They didn't practice Islam in a very different way. But my worry is this. My concern is this. There's effort. I don't know whether from politicians or what, to portray PAS as being really backwards. Sampai tahap kan, I feel they are talking about my religion. They are talking about being a Muslim makes you backwards. I've seen some articles in the newspapers are saying there's columnists. So I'm quite concerned. But from my own experience, and I'm trying to be very honest here. Well, there are some people, individuals, that likes to give very statements that
Alarming.
suddenly people were saying, "Oh, we're gonna ban this, we're gonna do that, people." What has it been discussed in past leadership or in PN? No, this is an opinion of maybe this one leader, an individual. So we have comments or like some leaders in DAP can give some very strong racist punya remark, but doesn't mean that it represents the whole party. You see? So I think everybody should go to Terengganu, Kelantan, Kedah, and they will find things are as normal. People are saying about haram kedai
4D.
Yeah.
Apa dah judi?
Boss, everybody's going online nowadays. this.
That's right.
And you are talking about tutup kedai
Kedai
2D, 4D, and that's one. Plus, would you recommend to your children to buy numbers? It's not a good thing. All
Yeah.
religion ban this. I mean, you got to work for your money, man.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but I also think that we should also focus on the education part to tell people what's good, what's bad. Drinking is bad. It's not good for your liver. Vignesh, listen. Smoking is bad. But when Singapore ban chewing gum or smoking, everybody support, and then we say we are banning on kedai judi. Make a lot of noise. What? Chewing gum, kedai judi. You guys, come on.
No, but that kind of rhetoric works against.
Maybe it comes
you
from
guys.
who said it.
Well, if the leader of party is saying things like that, so it is the stand of the party.
It's not. It's not been decided. I mean, in Kedah, the chief, the Menteri Besar mentioned about kedai apa ni tadi?
Kedai judi party.
Okay. So, and it's being widely accepted by even the non-Malays, the non-Muslims. And the number is huge. Yang the majority is supporting the idea. But suddenly somebody from who is not affected at all with that decision are making a lot of noise about it.
You see, some of us can make that distinction between political rhetoric and reality. Like I say, I come from Kelantan, right? My state has been under pass-through since 1990. I still get my suyuk. I still get my beers. You know, my.
Bak kutih tak ada kat sana kan? Bak kutih
Ada. Sedap tu. I think they got chikuteh for you. And there's a Chinese area in almost every town.
Yeah.
I have never felt my rights being infringed upon. We have a church which gets grants from the state government, so non-Muslim places of worship. So we are living under pass-through. Of course, there are a few things that we have some overzealous local council enforcement officers maybe who might come into the shop one day and then say and then see that there's no two lines, one for men, one for women. And you see men in a woman's queue, and then they summon not the customer but the owner. But these are little irritating things that goes on then, of course. And once a year, like clockwork, the Kota Baru Municipal Council will go to the market, City Zainab there, and summon all the makcik-makcik yang tak pakai tudung because it's very hot in that market. So they remove the tudung, all they have is a scarf. But they have to tick a box, right? So they go there and then they summon everybody with ringgit or what, and then okay lah. So that's your 1 year quota. Dah.
I see.
But so that is the reality that we see. So I may not be so alarmed personally, but to the uninitiated people, the urban
Someone like me.
someone like from like Vicky who lives in Nilai.
No, definitely you're not going to be summoned for not wearing the hijab.
No, not that. But of course,
If you're wearing hijab, I'm very scared, brother.
but of course, I will be like, I'm not going to. Now I'm going to have restrictions with my alcohol, with the places opening up to 12 o'clock or 2 o'clock or.
My issue is this. When I was MB in Perak as well, I got a lot of friends who've been drinking. But I've been telling them, look, why would we let a 7-Eleven in a 100% Malay kampung in Manjui? That's the biggest Malay kampung in Malaysia. Yeah? Selling alcohol. You don't need to sell alcohol in a Malay kampung. So that part I can agree. You can, even if you need to drink, you go to the right area.
I think that we can agree on that. Why do you sell alcohol in a Malay majority area? But I think the statements that were made were not like specifically like that. It was like,
this is a problem.
Let's ban alcohol from 7-Eleven. So when someone, a layman, hears this, is like
the statements are very general.
So you're going to ban alcohol in all 7-Elevens. Right? I'm maybe this person is in an area where it's majority Chinese. Right? Yeah, there's a 7-Eleven there. So
you got panic.
Are you going to
You
ban
know, what the heck?
alcohol there?
Mm.
No. What do I drink? No, there's no. I only drink beer. or
And then you
something.
close. Then you say that all liquor shops should be closed. So it's a generic statement
And then you
where
make a statement like banning alcohol in Langkawi, duty free. I mean, it makes us question your
So
economic
now we agree on something.
competence.
We agree that maybe some of our leaders, doesn't matter whether coming from PAS, BERSATU, UMNO, or even PKR, Amanah,
It's a
be
statement.
careful with your statement so that we need to look after sensitivities among races and religion. Same goes with the other parties or non-Muslims
Yeah.
who give statements about Islam being backwards and so forth. Because look, in Islam, we cannot drink alcohol, we can't gamble, and then we need to wear hijab. So let us practice our own thingy, and if we want to summon our own people, that's our religion.
Yeah.
Yes,
So they shouldn't be commenting on that as well, you see.
that's right.
So I understand that for your point of view that we need, when we say something, please make sure that we look after the sensitivities and also don't be too general about it. Be a
Yes.
bit more specific and stuff. So I'll take that into account. Thank
Yeah,
you
we
very
know
much.
for a fact that a very senior political leader from your state actually had to go and a non-Malay political leader actually had to go and apologize to Sembah Tuanku and apologize to Tuanku for some of the statements that he had made in the past.
Oh.
You see, and the Tuanku had accepted the apology, which is why he was given the green light to be in cabinet today.
Today,
Yeah. So,
Oh, okay.
so you know.
Oh, my good friend. Yeah.
Yeah, so good friend.
Maybe you wanna have a bit of anything that
Yeah,
should also,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but yeah.
KPKT.
A Singaporean connection.
Singaporean connection,
So,
yeah.
but anyway, so yeah, I mean that's the thanks for this one because I think it's important for
Is
people.
that clear? I mean,
Yeah, no, at least it's important for people to understand that there is a realization within PN that and there's the people to understand that this is not a policy of PN or is a manifesto of PN to ban things or whatever.
There might be some changes, but we won't deny your rights to your, if you like to be drinking alcohol.
You like to go gambling,
But
You work
but at the
close
same
day.
time, rulings like drink driving.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
We must be very strict
Yes,
on that.
yes.
No, I had an idea before when I was Menteri Besar Perak. I wanted to form this small island, Marina Island in Pangkor, where that can be a small area that can be condoned and all the pubs can be there. So and then there's no cars.
Something like
Everybody is a small island, so you can just take buggies. So you
We
won't
can
go
have
very
been there
fast.
every month. Every fortnight actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's the presentation of it.
Yeah.
The statements, right? Those kind of things. Like the manifesto, how you present it.
Yeah.
How you tell it, how it reaches the people.
I think for our next manifesto meeting, I can bring you in
Bring me in.
Which is
to
good.
woo in more
Yeah.
non-Malay support to PN.
This your
Our
non-Sharia
good friend
compliant
was-
consultant.
Yeah.
But moving forward, I mean, I think we're quite clear on this. You see, talking about young leaders again,
Okay.
in Perikatan Nasional, other than you, other than Peja,
I'm young.
Yes,
you're
yeah.
not 50.
You're 50.
Thank you, Terence. I'm
You're-
53, boss.
Oh, you're 53. You're older than I. I thought I was abang.
I'm 53 this year.
Oh, I'm 52 this year, so you're 1 year my abang. Okay,
There you go.
okay. But I look older than you. Maybe I should switch
Again,
from journalism to politics.
Again, nobody's perfect, brother.
You see, you're talking about young leaders.
Yes.
Other than yourself,
We have
siapa lagi?
Waf, Wan Saiful, Razi Jidin is far younger than me.
Yeah.
KJ. KJ is not PN. Yeah.
Oh,
Is that, are you?
What's that mean?
What does
Did
that
you,
mean?
are you hinting at something?
I'm just saying that Terence promised me that he will edit. Because I don't want people to hear.
I'm leaving that in.
We need more young people in
Yes.
Perikatan Nasional to come out there and maybe diffuse the negative perception that you are a party of angry old men. That's the perception. Starting with your president.
He's not angry. He's not an angry man. He's fine.
Yeah, but again, I'm not saying that he is. I think, but the perception is.
Perception again.
Perception is the perception game. I think.
Maybe the statements again.
Yeah.
Come back to the
No,
statements.
I mean the look on his face when he came out of Istana Negara alone has sent a message to the entire country that oh my God, is he going to?
I can't comment on that, but I shouldn't be touching on that because we should be moving forward.
Yeah.
Perikatan Nasional has decided to become a good opposition, and Datuk Seri Anwar Ibrahim has formed the government. So.
Tell your president to smile a bit more. Don't be so angry. Hey, Parliament this week also shouting.
My
scolding.
president, he's a nice guy. You know that.
I know that for a fact. I see him downstairs in Roberto's and 27 Scots occasionally. It's very approachable.
Yeah.
But then again, we as journalists have the privilege of having one-on-one sessions with you, knowing you guys intimately. But the rest of the population, our 32 million rakyat do not have that privilege that we have.
Okay.
They see the images that have been put
Yes.
on social media
That's
by
right.
your opponent. So
Yeah, I don't vote in. None of us vote in Tambun or Pago.
yeah.
Really?
But everything has got pros and cons. Me being me, and then people are saying, Peja Isagam.
I remember that Bukit Jalil Stadium.
Okay, Jalil Stadium. And people are saying, put a big banner. I said, look, I'm not. Well, they said, why are you not angry? Because number one, there's a good advice. Secondly, why would somebody sitting at a 10 ringgit seat would spend money to buy the cloth and put Peja jangan Isagam? It's so political. You understand that? So leave it. So being me is wrong. Being me, I like to smile a lot. I like to joke a lot. People think that I'm not very serious. Tan Sri Muhyiddin being very serious, very focused and all. He has so many great ideas for the country. He has done so much for us. But just because he's not, his PR is not really.
Yes.
But we okay. Agreed that he has to work on that. But at the same time, he has done tremendously well.
You see, you
during
guys
our COVID.
actually have a good backstory. If you talk to the political analysts, and I've heard this them on radio talk about the Perikatan Nasional government and how they took care of the country for that 17 months during the pandemic.
Yeah.
But that should come out more.
Yeah.
How you took care of the country. Of course, your opponents are saying that you also robbed the country lah. With the emergency and whatnot. But a reminder of how you took care of the country. And there is also another reason what the analysts are saying as to why the Undi 18 swing was very strong towards Perikatan Nasional, because you're taking care of the Grab riders, you're putting money in people's pockets.
The frontliners.
Yeah.
So we should
So
bring
that is the
him.
story.
I got 2 guys now to be in my manifesto team.
Yeah.
Again, all the non-Sharia compliant one, you can ask Vignesh.
So I think that's the rule. I mean, going back to the young leaders, I'm very interested in because tactically going into the next election, I think you should be the flag bearer.
Ooh!
Yeah.
Come on, guy.
Yeah.
Thank you, people. Thank you.
You should be the flag bearer of PN. Has nothing.
I should
it has
change
nothing,
my
it has nothing to
image.
do with your president. It has nothing to do with your president. And somebody else should
Will
be
you
the.
work for me?
Yeah, but it's true, because at the end of the day, the appeal of PN
Yes.
is not going to be by your president
Okay.
or by the president of your component parties.
Oh, wow.
It has to be. There are people in past, for instance, who are professional, who are young professional, who are not
But even
turban wearing,
yeah.
who are, but seriously,
Yep.
who appeal. Last time when I first
Kena pakai songkok macam I sengit sikit kan.
remember when Khalid Samad was past MP.
Yeah. Oh.
I remember I
Khalid Samad,
listened
yeah.
to him, and I was like, oh, this is not a bad. Before he became minister.
When I was in cabinet last time kan,
Hmm.
interestingly, I've been mixing with all the UMNO ministers from UMNO. So they were over breakfast. They will come to me and say, "Wow, these past guys they're not too bad. They're really good actually." And the past ministers like Takiuddin, when they give their opinion, they're quite yeah. And you have leaders like Datuk Seri Dr. Samsuri, scientists. I mean, yeah.
So there are a lot of people pass, but for a lot of people, the image of pass is in
Hadiawang.
Hadiawang.
I see.
For better or for worse.
I see.
So that's the image. So the pass cannot be seen to be crossing to the Bangsa Babur of Shazmin. Cannot be seen.
Bangsa clan.
So you ask her whether you vote for you, she will say.
She will jump, bro, running, come running. She will come
She
running.
will say, I do not know. I see Hadi Awang and not somebody else. So that's something. I mean, this is what I think the election is. If there is an interest in appealing to the wider audience. I think you said the Malay audience is yours.
Need a bit more swag.
Obama swag. Yeah.
Need a bit more swag.
Point taken.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Welcome back to our session for our third part. So, Datuk Seri, just want to touch a bit on when you were minister, sports minister, just on that Say Sport Act, right? I remember you said that you were a man in a hurry because you wanted to implement the Say Sport Act because of what the amount of cases that came out the last 2 years, sexual harassment, abuse and all that, and then you wanted to make sure that you implement this before your term ends, right? But unfortunately, that didn't happen. But now with the new minister, and in this session, you said that nobody's perfect. So a bit on YB Hanayu and her decision to not implement the Safe Sport Act.
First and foremost, to me, I believe that she's not really a bad choice as the Minister of Youth and Sports.
Okay.
I was sad that she won't accept me to hand over the ministry to her, but doesn't matter. I think there are so many things that we need to do for the youth and for sports in this country. One is as you mentioned, Safe Sport Act. People don't understand this. People are saying we do have the Sexual Harassment Act that was approved by the Parliament just last year. Rina presented it. This is not similar.
Yeah.
People don't understand this. People don't understand that an athlete, they need to compete in the next SEA Games or in the next Olympics, right? So there's a 2-month gap.
Yes.
So the coach need to choose between athlete A and athlete B. So athlete A and B has got to be really nice to the coach, really need to push really hard and stuff. Then suddenly being harassed or whatever.
Yeah.
How do they go about? Shall they report to the police, report to the minister, report to who? And then what's going to happen? For her chance, a lifetime chance to be competing in this competitions, things like that. These are the things that we really need to understand because it's a different environment altogether. So that is why Safe Sport Act is very important and I'm really pushing for it. And from what I hear, the current minister has decided that this idea going to be scrapped.
Yeah.
She's not going to push for
The act.
to present the act in Parliament, and but I hope she will quickly continue with the plan to implement safe sport code to begin with. So
Okay.
this is very important because we all have children. We are fathers and mothers. We have kids who really love being in sports. Maybe they are good enough to represent their state, their school, their whatever district, the nation, and they need to be away from their parents for training and stuff. So this is not only on sexual harassment, on abuse, physical abuse,
Yeah.
mental abuse, that will hurt a child for the longest time, for the whole, for their entire life. So this is a huge concern because we are developing sports in school, in tertiary
University.
institution. We are growing, and there's going to be a lot of frustrations among athletes, among individuals that will hurt them for the longest time. And you are going to create monsters if we are not, if you don't care enough about this. So there's going to be another 5 podcast sessions to discuss about this. But I tell you honestly, I mean, for this is non-political. This is very serious. I think we all, me, you, I hope everybody who's listening, let's work with Hannah, the current Minister of Youth and Sports, to ensure there's a safe environment for our children in sports in Malaysia.
But Dato', how you said that work with the Safe Sport code first, right? But how can they enforce the code without the act? How are they going to?
Well, we should learn because number one, like Singapore, they don't have the Safe Sport Act, but they have started with this Safe Sport Code. So maybe we can learn from there. We can learn from other countries like Australia as well, New Zealand, and from there maybe we can mold our own.
But do you know that Singapore has taken our volleyball issue, the coach slapping the players? They have taken that issue and using it as a case study. Yeah, in Singapore.
Oh my.
Yeah,
That's embarrassing, man.
They're using that as a case study. Yeah, but coming back to the code, right? You have the code. Normally, when you have the Safe Sport Act, it's a law, right? So
that can protect the officials and also
exactly because
this is what they don't
because
understand.
lot of cases that doesn't mean it really happened, right? Sometimes, like example, I don't like this guy.
You just complain.
I just complain. And because I'm an athlete, people believe me.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's not only sexual harassment. Because the last time I think YB Hana commented, he said that I think during your time there was a survey done and the SecGen, Datuk Jana said that we spoke to him, he even wrote an article on it, that the results of the survey were scary. You know, this survey was done among athletes and officials and all that. The results were scary, but they did not disclose, did not reveal.
Yeah.
You know, but when I think
I can concur to.
I think when Saktish, I think I remembered Saktish asking YB Hana during a FAM event that the results of the survey, are you going to put it out for public viewing? Right? She said no, we will not look at that survey because a similar survey was done during the sexual harassment thing. So I think they don't understand because it's not only about sexual harassment.
Missed the point.
Yes, it's not only about sexual harassment. It's about abuse of power, race discrimination, bias selection, everything. Even like the recently the marathon runner who participated in illegal marathon in University Malaya got hurt. Even that comes under the Safe Sport Act, right? So how are you going to protect not only sexual harassment? I think they got it. I think
they don't get.
they got the point wrong.
And we also need to protect the officials, the coaches,
and the victims and those who are falsely accused.
Exactly. Thank you very much for understanding. So, I mean, we shouldn't be stopping from saying this. I mean, we should continue trying to engage with even the minister, even prime minister. This is something very serious. We have children, so for the sake of our children, for the sake of our country, this matter should be addressed very urgently.
Coming back to the survey, also, you said that you can. Did you see the?
Of course.
So, what was your son? How scary was it?
Very scary. I can concur with our previous section. That's why I've been telling people that I'm a man in a hurry. I need to do this quick. I remember that time when they appointed me as minister, and I look into Safe Sport Act and all the issues around it. I understand that I need to do this very quickly. Very sad that if the ministry has decided not to push this.
But why was it not? I mean, if there's ground for this the introduction of the act or protection of athletes and officials, why do you think that the present administration decided not to pursue with the matter?
She was maybe I don't know honestly, but I think maybe she read a wrong report, or she wasn't advised properly.
Or is it because
It's not political. Do you think it's political?
Or is it?
I hope not. Hannah, come on. Maybe I think I hope this is not political at all. This is not my legacy. This is for Malaysia. This is for our children. For God's sake, tolonglah.
But do you think that we all have heard it? I think you also would have heard it when you were minister, that maybe certain quarters in the sports industry don't want the implementation.
You're putting me on a dangerous ground.
No, it could be. I'm just.
I don't know, but there's no
maybe that would have.
man with the right frame of mind who has children would not agree with
The
a
implementation.
very serious, important act as Safe Sport Act.
I don't think the issue, guys, is about
But you mentioned just now about your father. Don't you know your father wouldn't agree with the some physical abuse
before
in
the
trainings.
podcast started, when I went down to meet Datuk Seri Peja, we were talking about the volleyball slapping incident, and I said my dad is a 77-year-old hockey and cricket coach. He may have a different worldview on physical motivation, on his athletes.
My hockey coach used to throw the hockey stick at me if you never play well. So, but that time we didn't have that.
You were very bad, bro.
Thank you for reminding me. But see, when I go home and I complain to my dad, then he tells me things. If you don't like it, don't play.
There you go.
That is how coaches train those days.
During our time,
But this we should evolve with time.
Yeah,
And
I
we
think
should
it
need
need
to.
And then you get
change.
snowflake athletes.
I mentioned to Terence the difference.
No, I
So
think
you get,
But hang
my
on.
hockey coach used to line me up against the squash court wall and hit tennis balls at me.
But
Because I have a bola.
for the sake of argument, I say
how does the
those
hockey
days,
coach
brother.
push you to
you know-
squash court and hit tennis balls?
You know, Cikgu Pratam Singh, our master, our teacher in Ipoh. We know everybody knows everybody in Ipoh. Coach Brian.
Yeah.
Everybody knows him. We know his there'll be a regime.
Anderson School.
Brian and SES, Anderson,
SES, yeah.
Pratam Singh. Everybody knows these coaches and they're legends. You see, but it's okay then. But nowadays we don't know this coach come from anywhere. They can be anything. They can be pedophiles. They can be whatever. It's
But talking about abuse, right, Datuk Seri, when you say like, okay, a coach, like those days it was okay to hit someone, your player hit him, just tap him like that, it's okay because it's not a big deal. Now it's a serious issue. So a lot of people are saying maybe the coaches need to change the way, the method of coaching to motivate them. So let's say if I'm a coach and let's say my team doesn't do well, some players don't do well, I make them run instead of 20 rounds around the field, I make them run 30 rounds. Is that also abuse?
No.
Does it fall under abuse? But they still can complain. the coach is abusing me. He is making me run 30 rounds.
But you need to investigate, right?
Yeah.
You don't just simply say, oh, somebody
That's
reported
right.
and then...
Exactly.
Yeah.
But no one would report, right? But someone would take a video and say, tengok lah, he's being abused. He's abusing these two players.
Even now, you can.
Yeah.
So that's why we need the act, because
You need the
under the act we know, okay, what is right, what is wrong, what should be done,
Exactly.
what kind of punishment is there.
But
This
kita
kind of
cakap
rubbish.
macam, but when you talk about it's okay some
Yeah.
physical touch here and there. I mean, tapi look at America. Look at the gymnasts.
Gymnasts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened to them? And then how many athletes out there yang their mental health is in a bad shape after their career.
Yeah.
So these are the things that
The
we
gymnast
really
is
need to
very
look
bad.
after.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
but
see, I do not think that the leadership of the sports fraternity are against the components of the Safe Sport Act that protects children, young athletes from
officials,
from an abuse, from sexual abuse. I think
It's more on the physical.
no, I think
Abuse
it is more on discrimination.
If you Terence, let's do this. Next Saturday we go to Padang Bandar Utama and
Okay.
let's watch small children playing.
Yeah,
You know the little leagues.
usually,
yeah.
yeah.
Let's just go and watch them, and you can hear the coaches shouting at the children. Is that how you want your children to be
yeah,
living in
I've seen that.
in such environment?
I've seen that. It's terrible.
Bodoh!
It's
What
terrible.
is
It's
that?
that? It's 8-year-old, 9-year-old, and it's like I've seen that.
But I
And
think
I used to get called
But
worse
I think,
things.
I think that
No, no,
motivated us
but
at the time.
I'm not.
but Terence, that was 40, 50 years ago.
You're not so long like that too.
We should evolve with time. I think we should be.
No, we create too much hatred, and then
I think the idea is one of the most important element of sport is for participation.
yeah.
For people to have fun,
Yeah.
explore their potential.
Now we go into sports industry.
Yeah,
Ini
so
exactly.
then the other level of people going to excel and represent the country. So we have a problem of sports in the country because people don't see sports as an option.
Yeah.
Not as a career.
I have this story. You know the football player Khalid Ali just got married recently. Right?
Okay.
So
Oh, he's the one.
yeah, I think
No, Salamidin.
but it's Khalid Ali, his brother. Sorry, his brother Khalid Ali.
Okay.
So I met him many years ago at one function.
That
He was telling me
Hello?
he's one of the best midfielder in the country, defensive midfielder.
Yes.
One of the best. I mean, in my time, the 80s, was the best. So he was telling me his son is so much better than him. His son has all the attribute. His son represented the country in under 15, under 16, under 17. And then what did he tell his son? You get your degree first before you play again.
Anak Fandi.
So his son at 18, 19 went to university. So that's the peak time when you develop. But he said because there's no future in sport. So he's a national athlete representing Malaysia. And he said his son is so much better than him, so much better physically, skill-wise. But he still tell his son, now get your degree first. After that, you can play football again. So that is the situation where sometimes we are in because you say about the sport.
Okay. Kita kena tengok lah.
Yeah, I mean what I'm
Yeah.
saying is, I'm not saying that it is
Yeah.
the fault of the ministers or whatever. I think we as a general as society, I think maybe this is also the youth and sport ministry punya ni. You have to create an environment where sports is seen as something more than just a hobby. Something more than only for the elite to get involved in.
Boleh cari makan.
Boleh cari makan.
Yes.
So that's
And it's also fairer representation.
yes.
That basketball is not just a Chinese sport, or football is not just a Malay sport, or a foreign player sport. You know, and hockey at one time is only an Indian sport. So I think that Vicky also, maybe you know better, that the opposition to the Safe Sport Act is because you need to address these things. The representation.
Football is only Malay, so we have to change that. But we can't help it because you see, like I've seen a lot of Indian parents. Even we have good Chinese footballers. Even now, you can go to the futsal court. You can go to the field, see the Chinese players playing. Fantastic, they play so well. Indian players, but why are they not there? Because, like Datuk said, no, the parents will never allow that. You study, you get a degree. This is not the way you go.
Yeah.
You have to do this. So.
Because we have not developed our sports industry
Yeah,
properly.
So that's why badminton they're only Chinese.
And also because the school. This
the
is my
schools.
theory.
So it became a perception of
a lot
badminton.
of Chinese school, they don't have fields.
Yeah, badminton court and basketball court.
Basketball court.
Correct,
And ping
correct.
pong.
Okay.
And then you see the Chinese footballers that time came from Melaka High School, Sochin An. St. John.
Okay.
We are a big school.
Yeah.
There's non-Malay footballers. So they play football. So now they don't
That's
play
interesting,
football.
yeah.
So they only play futsal or whatever. So, but that's a discussion for
Another day.
perhaps another day.
Another podcast.
Another podcast about
Okay.
sports.
Cool.
Yeah.
But I think Peja,
Thank you.
for being here, and we wish you luck.
Thank you.
in
I need it.
But you won't be the returning Menteri Besar of whatever or Menteri Besar.
Not Perak, not Selangor, not Negeri Sembilan, not Kelantan.
But maybe KJ will be Menteri Besar of Selangor.
Why not?
Stranger things that happen
It's not
already.
a bad choice.
Yeah.
It's not a bad choice.
So-
He's a good DJ, eh?
Yeah.
It's a good.
Yeah.
Have you heard the song?
I didn't hear the song, but I heard the topic he spoke about why.
Selfie menang, undi kalah.
Okay, yeah. But I think it's been a good conversation. I think
Yeah, it was fun. I think very insightful.
very insightful.
Thank you,
because,
And
I
we hope we
think
have you on
so though.
again.
Yes.
yes, I think more important is for us to understand you, your party, and perhaps even for the former ministry that you led.
Yeah.
I think thank you again, and I hope you come back again.
Will do, inshallah. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Teja.
Okay, bye.
Peace. Good luck to all.
Thank you. So Salmin, okay?
Okay.
Okay lah, you can cut a bit.
Yeah.
Here,
Thank you.
there, we can. A lot of TikTok.
Don't worry.
A lot
I know
of
you
TikTok.
need to rush to your
A
daughter.
Yeah.
lot of.